What's up you guys, and welcome back to my channel. So today's video I'm going to do eye swatches of the new Tati palette. I'm so excited. This is the Textured Neutrals Volume 1 palette. That was a lot to say. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and do eye swatches. You guys know, if you've been like a subscriber here for a while, you know I love doing eye swatches. So I just feel like that's just the best way to really see the color payoff on the palette. So I'm just gonna go ahead and get into it because I really hate long intros, but I'm gonna kind of explain how I do my eye swatches here. So for the glitter, I just use my fingers because I feel like that gives the best color payoff. So most likely for glitter, metallic, and sequin, I will be using my finger. Sequin right here, this is matte, but it has glitter in it. It's like a mixture, like a hybrid of both. So I'm gonna go ahead and just use my finger because I kind of tested it out already on my arms and I thought using my finger was the best, even for sequin right here, even though it is kind of matte. So for the mattes, I'm gonna go ahead and usually I use a blending brush. I'll pat it on my eye and then I'll go ahead and blend so I can see the blendability, and then I like to pack it on first so I can see like the color payoff as well. So yeah, just want to let you guys know how I kind of go about doing my eye swatches here. So make sure to stay tuned for the very end because I actually put aside some ColourPop glitters, some other warm palettes that I have because I kind of want to do comparisons, because maybe you kind of have something like it already in your stash and you don't really need to get this one. So I just want to give you guys my honest opinion and everything. So once again, this palette was purchased by me. This was not sent in PR and this is not sponsored. As always, I want to give you guys my honest and real opinion. It doesn't really matter to me. Like, YouTube isn't my only job, so yeah, I'm always gonna give you guys my honest opinion. So I'm gonna go ahead and jump into the eye swatches, but make sure to stay tuned because I'm going to let you know what I truly think about this palette afterwards, the formula and everything like that. But I'm going to bring the camera super close to me. You guys know I literally bring the camera about an inch away from my eye, so you're gonna see everything super close up, HD. So let's just go ahead and get started. So I'm going to basically break it down by row. So I'm gonna let you guys know what I think about the glitter and then metallic, sequin, and matte. So even though Tati Beauty is made at the same lab as ColourPop Cosmetics, Kylie Cosmetics, and KKW Beauty, it doesn't mean it's gonna be the same because it's a different formula. But I did want to mention that. So I do actually have some ColourPop glitters in front of me, and I do want to compare them and swatch them on my hands. So the reason I want to compare it is because you guys know ColourPop Cosmetics is very affordable. So I feel like if it's even somewhat similar and you just wanted to get the glitters in the Tati Beauty palette, then I would just go with ColourPop because it is somewhat similar. So, and I actually really like the ColourPop glitters. I already did a video on it, so I'm gonna hold it up right now. I got this one. This one was for like Coachella, so it does have some crazy colors in it. So I'm gonna go ahead and just kind of swatch these two that are a little bit. So we're going to compare Renegade to Ritual in the Tati Beauty palette. So I just feel like these two kind of look the most similar. What I like to do is get it on the finger and tap, tap, tap. I'll start in the beginning and bring it out. And if needed, you can go back in the palette to kind of build it up a bit. Alright you guys, so that's just one swatch of it. I'm gonna go in with a little bit more, especially on the outer end right there. And I'm just tapping down, letting like the glitter primer literally do all the work. Alright you guys, so this is what it looks like on the left eye. This is ColourPop Renegade. I'm gonna go ahead now and do the other eye with Tati Beauty Ritual. Okay you guys, so this is Ritual from Tati Beauty. Let me actually compare it to ColourPop right now really quick on my hand as well. The thing I noticed about Tati Beauty that I really like is like, I feel like her formula feels almost like gel-like. It's pretty similar. I do like, there's just something about the Tati formula I prefer more. It feels a bit more gel-like, and I don't know, it just feels a little bit more bunched up. Like you can see it has like a little bit of shadow almost underneath that makes it look less sparse. So I'm gonna go ahead and put it on the right eye and we compare what it looks like on the eyes. I just feel like that's the best way to compare shadows. Alright, going in with Ritual, I'm going to compare the two on the eyes. So tapping it and then bringing it out. Oh, and by the way, I did go in the palette another time. This isn't just one swatch. Alright you guys, so this is what it looks like. This is Ritual from Tati Beauty and this one is Renegade from ColourPop. I think both are really good. There's just something about Tati Beauty that I think is a little bit better. I'm gonna zoom in even more so you guys can see. So Tati's Beauty is a little bit more fine, and I also noticed that her glitter, when you really look at it, it almost looks like there's a bit of shadow underneath. And when you apply that to the eye, it makes it look a lot better. Like it just makes the glitter look a lot better. If you look really close to here from the ColourPop one, there's a bit of sparseness to it. As you guys can see, I feel like there's almost like shadow underneath, but I did not dip into any of the mattes, nothing, but see there's almost shadow underneath, whereas the ColourPop, I see some sparseness to it. So this makes it look a lot better on the eyes, especially if you have wrinkly eyelids. However, I think you can get a similar look with ColourPop if you go in with shadow and then glitter on top. So I'm just trying to give you guys options here, so you know, but I have to give it to Tati. She did a really good job with the glitters, and after doing this test, I can definitely see why so many people are talking so highly of the glitters. So we're going to move on to the next rows in the Tati Beauty palette. I want to talk about the metallic, and so I want to talk about the metallic, sequin, and matte. I'll probably go a little bit quicker through them since I don't really have to do too much of a comparison to it. Alright you guys, so the metallic I actually thought was my favorite row out of all of the shadows when swatching it. So I'm gonna go ahead, so this is what it looks like on my finger. So when you put it on your eyes, it's very easy to blend out. I literally blended out with my finger and it almost looked like the edges looked almost airbrushed, and they look so good on. You could literally wear this shadow by itself, and I just love that it had a little bit of shine to it. So yeah, overall I really think the metallic was my favorite row, honestly. So I saw some similarities to the dark one, to the Dose of Color, so I just want to compare it to this one right here. It's called Game Over from the Daisy and Katie palette. I love this palette, I think it's excellent. So I'm gonna go ahead and just compare Game Over to the metallic right here. As you guys know, Dose of Colors does sell, ooh, why is that looking patchy? All right, let me go over it really quick. I literally haven't used that shadow for so long, I wonder if it was just like dry. So you see there is some similarities to it. I'm gonna go ahead and zoom in even more. Alright you guys, so this is Game Over from Dose of Colors, and this is from the Tati palette. This one is Memory and in metallic. So really, really similar, and I freaking love the Dose of Colors palette. But yeah, it's very pricey. It was $55 for all of those shades, and then you get them also in the Tati palette. So I just think the Tati palette is such a good deal. And I'm actually gonna compare it to Poet Metallic. So I have it on my finger right now. I'm gonna go ahead and swatch it. And so Dose of Colors actually sells like these type of shadows individually for $20, which is really, really pricey. But yeah, it's in the Tati palette. Let me go in one more time with Poet. So this is a second swatch of Poet. So there's definitely similarities between the two. So I think that's why I love the metallic so much, because in the Dose of Colors palettes, these sort of metallic-y, glittery shades are my favorite. Alright, so this is the Desi and Katie collab. There's 5 of those glittery kind of metallic shades. I believe the ones in the Dose of Colors have a little bit more glitter than the metallic ones in the Tati Beauty one, but I really love this palette, especially these 5 shades right here. So it's kind of cool that the Tati Beauty actually has 6 of those shades. However, I think the Dose of Colors ones has a bit more of glitter, and like I mentioned, she does sell them individually, but they're like $20. Okay, so to pretty much sum it up, I really, really enjoyed the metallic row. Like I mentioned, it's actually my favorite one. It just looks very shiny on the eyes, as you guys can see in the swatches, and it was very easy to put on, blend. I literally blended it with my fingers. I love the way it looked. You could literally just wear it on its own. So let's move on to Sequin. So Sequin was a very interesting row to me. I had some difficulty, as you guys could see in the swatches, first putting it on. You have to go with very little. I went in with a lot with Sequin. Like I kind of just dipped my finger. So I really like swirled my finger in and then put it on. And it was just too much, and it was a little bit difficult to blend out. With Sequin, again, you can just use your fingers. So let me go ahead and show you guys. It's a very interesting formula. So it's basically a matte with glitter on it. So we have these really beautiful mattes with a glitter in them. This is the lighter one. This one you don't see as much glitter. I think this is just so light, but here you really, really see it. Alright you guys, so this is what it looks like. So beautiful matte, really different. Don't really see this in a lot of palettes. So I think this is really cool that she added that in. I'm going to talk about the mattes in the palette. So let me just hold it up for you guys to see. Alright, so these mattes were really, really, really good. You guys could see in the swatches. So they're, not only are they pigmented, I feel like that is important to call out, but the blendability is great. It almost looks like airbrush on the eye. So when Tati was swatching them, I literally almost thought she had a filter, because the end of it just looks almost like airbrush, and it looks so beautiful on the eye. Like, had it on my eye and then I blended it out, and it just looks so nice. Like the edges, like it doesn't look harsh at all or like patchy. It's just really beautiful mattes. Okay, so we've talked about all of the rows in the Tati Beauty palette. Okay, you guys, so let's just basically wrap it up and end this video. Let you guys know my final thoughts. I feel like this is a neutral palette, but like revamped. But overall, I do think this is a really, really good palette, and I love the fact that she did neutrals, but with different textures. I just feel like that's so different, and you really haven't seen that. And also, like, neutral palettes is just what I feel like I use a lot, and I just notice in the makeup industry it's just what's used a lot. Yeah, we love colorful makeup, and yeah, we like to get different palettes, but what she did is she took neutrals and kind of revamped it. Alright you guys, so overall I think this is a really, really cool palette. I love that this was her first palette that she came out with, because when you go and like actually watch her videos, like you can see that she wears very similar makeup to this. So you can tell that this is something that she really believes in, and she's not just putting out a product and putting her name on it. So overall, I really enjoyed the palette. I thought it was so cool. I can just think in my head of how many looks I want to do of this. So let's wrap it up. Make sure to subscribe. I'll see you guys in my next video. I'm going to do other looks with this palette. I'm thinking about doing a 2 looks, 1 palette, or maybe 3 looks, 1 palette. So definitely subscribe. Let me know in the comments below what else you guys would like to see, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye guys.